All right, happy Friday night. No, it's not Friday night. It's Monday. No, it's Tuesday. It's Christmas Eve, and welcome to the daily broadcast. We're glad you're hanging out with us tonight in the Hat Creek Interior Studios. Our final broadcast before Christmas. We want you guys to make the most of it. So get on the United Supermarkets chat line. Let's talk tonight about your favorite sports-related Christmas memories, gifts, toys, you name it, experiences, best sports toys growing up, and then what's on your Christmas menu. Anything and everything after that, from Texas Tech football, Oregon, Orange Bowl, basketball, Lady Raiders, Tech men ranked, all of those things. This show belongs to you tonight. So get on that United Supermarkets chat line. Fire away. Get your questions and comments in. Do what James is doing, the OGs, the original guys going back to Periscope years ago when we asked you, hey, let us know, give us thumbs up if the audio is good, the video is good. Let us know we're good to go. And that's what James is doing. You guys can do the same thing. You can invite people in. You can invite your friends in. You can say, hey, we're having fun on Christmas Eve. And we're also tuning in tonight to see how long Ryan Hyatt's voice holds out. Can he make it the full duration of the broadcast? A lot of that will be up to you guys. The more questions and comments we get, the more discussion points we get, the easier it is on me. So that's where we are this evening. You guys know what to do. Invite your friends in, share it. Off we go in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. You started your day with us on the internets and the interwebs and everything else in between, getting these great Raiderland hot links brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker in Post, Texas. Yeah, it's too late for Christmas. New Year's, got a shot. Orange Bowl game, yeah, you probably got a shot. Get your orders in, tell them thanks. We're brought to you by Gators Bayou 98th and Slide Road in Lubbock, Texas. It is the perfect place to go check out Red Raider games with your friends. Hot Cajun food, check. Ice cold drinks, they got that. All the big TVs, they have massive TVs. They're almost intimidating how large the TVs are. And when you drop by Gators Bayou, you tell them we sent you. Also by Ultra Exteriors, our man Warren. Inside, outside, pergolas, backyard stuff, fence, exterior windows, good. Kitchen remodel, yeah. Bathroom, oh yeah, yeah, they do that. And anything and everything in between. So in 2026, make your home even better, even more homey than it is. Get a hold of Ultra Exteriors, Warren Hudson. And of course, we're in the Hack Creek Interior Studios. You don't have to own a ranch to live like you do. Drop by their studios. They're on 10101 South Slide Road, or get on hatcreek.us. They ship to you, and off we go. All right, so let's see. What are we doing tonight? Your favorite sports related Christmas gifts growing up. Like, what did you most want? What did you most want when you were 8, 9, 10 years old? Did you get it? What was the thing? What was the toy? And it doesn't have to be necessarily toys and things. When we talk about sports related Christmas memories, like one of mine is just on Christmas Day, opening up gifts, and on the TV in the 1980s, in the background, you will see the Blue Gray game, the old All American game. And I think it was Montgomery, Alabama. And it was just ubiquitous. It was on. And I guarantee you, a lot of you folks probably had it on in the background. And if you see the TV, there's this random football game going on, long since lost to all the changes in college sports. But yeah, sports related Christmas memories. What do you got? What were the sports toys you had to have? Super Toe, the great field goal kicking. Electric football games. Was it jerseys? If you're a certain age, was it Jordans? Talking about the shoes. Did you have to have some Michael Jordan shoes? What was it for you growing up? Jump on the United Supermarkets chat line. I think they're open tomorrow until a certain hour. I don't know exactly the hour. But if you hadn't already gone to the supermarket, you ought to go tonight. Make your life easy. Hey, cool name. I like that. That's a great name. How you feeling? With my hands, usually, sometimes my toes. I lost 76,000 tonight in casino. You suck. God, that's awful. You know, not my money though. Well, you still suck if you lost the amount of money. Let's see. The woman with the cool name. We went to San Antonio one year for Christmas to see the Celtics play. Got to see Bird Parish. Does that count? Yeah, that counts. It's great. It's a it's a sports related Christmas memory. That counts. So they all count. Much better the time the Celtics were playing the Mavericks and Bird was hurt, and I have no idea who played for anybody on that one. You know, not so good. Not a good deal, as the people say. You can share this, invite your friends in tonight. The final show until Friday. We will not be doing a live show on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, but Friday we're right back at you. We will have columns between now and then. We'll have a column in the morning, and we'll have some stuff for you on the website, theraiderland.com, on Christmas Day. But this is the last live show for a few days. Your favorite sports-related Christmas memories, games, toys, you name it. Now I've got a list over here. I don't want to steal from you guys, so I won't give it away until then. But I got a list. Jan, don't go to United tonight. They are packed. Go early in the morning. That's a pro tip right there. Early in the morning, perfect time to go. I was up there earlier today, hand-to-hand combat. Knocked down an old woman. She didn't want the cranberry sauce near as much as I did. She didn't get it. She'll learn to live with her failure, but you don't come up on this day and try to shop and not bring your best game. You know, you just don't do it. JC Double T getting in on the United Supermarkets chat line. By the way, again, I'll go as long as you guys are firing away, giving me good questions, comments, stuff. But like I said, and I'm feeling much better today, allergy wise and everything else. About 12:30 or 1, all of a sudden there was this, and you could almost hear, the trumpets of heaven opening up and going, he can breathe again. Still, my voice is absolutely shot, and it will do me good to have the 2 days off from the show, Wednesday and Thursday. JCTT on YouTube. By the way, everybody on YouTube, hit like, hit send, or whatever it is, share. Grow us. I want 700 before the bowl game. For a reason known only to God and broccoli. I was a Rams fan and got the helmet early 70s. All right, this could be really cool. We got to flesh this out a little bit. So the helmet you got in the 70s, was it just the pure, like, gray foam? Not real, obviously not a real helmet. Was it gray foam, or was it like a suspension helmet type deal where it had the leather straps inside and everything? And it was all plastic. I mean, you couldn't wear it in a game. It was not NOC approved. You had to have a NOC approved helmet. SEA, who did those in the 70s and 80s. But I'm intrigued because I reckon it's probably a whole lot, JC, like the Dallas Cowboys helmet I got around 75 or 76. And then 77 or 8, one of the greatest sports gifts I ever got. My dad was a high school football coach. And as a high school football coach in Amarillo, you got to go to, it was Buck's Sporting Goods back at the time. And they did all the jerseys and everything else. They made me an NFL. This was before NFL replica jerseys. You just couldn't get them. They made, like, 8-year-old, 9-year-old me, this Dallas Cowboys legit. I don't know how they did it. Replica jersey with the real stripes, everything, number 12, the baked on number 12 at the time. And the only thing that I wished, I have no idea where this jersey is. but it was 12 and it said Staubach on the back. That would have been so cool if it had Hyatt. That was one of my favorite things. Did I wear that 2 years in a row for class pictures after I got that at Christmas that year? Damn right I did. But I'm interested on the helmet. No lines in Leveland. Everybody go to Leveland and take advantage of the no lines. Robert Delgado, YouTube. I remember the blue-gray bowl game. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. One of my favorite Christmas sports-related memories is that it was always on in the background. How many of y'all had that growing up, the blue-gray game? I'll give you another one. This is not necessarily Christmas, but I got to get it out there tonight because I think it's cool. And it was actually a New Year's Eve deal. We can talk about it next week. Was that next Wednesday? The Astro Bluebonnet Bowl. Yeah. Snow games. I don't know why I remember NFL snow games, but in the late 70s, it seemed like we had more of them than we do today because of pernicious global warming and climate change, no doubt. And actually, it's just we remember it that way and we don't think about the ones we just had recently. But there was one, I believe it was Cleveland and Pittsburgh in about 78, right around Christmas. I just remember watching that. We were living in Canyon at the time. That was cool. Your best sports toys, coolest sports toys you could get at Christmas growing up. What was on your list? What did you most want to have? What did you need to get? We'll go tonight as long as we can. I know it's holidays. I get it. I appreciate everybody who's on with us tonight. But the show belongs to you. So however you want to do it. Best sports toys growing up. What's on your Christmas menu? And I'm going to give you our menu. What are you guys cooking? What's on your Christmas menu? Is it traditional? Do you guys do the same thing every year? You do ham, you do turkey, you do this, you do that. What's on your menu? Because ours this year is eclectic and I love it. It's fun. It's cool. I'm digging it. And there's no way you can guess at least two of the things that are on the menu. So what do you got? Back to the United Supermarkets chat line where they are open tonight, open in the morning. Be nice. Be nice to the people waiting on you. Be nice to the people waiting on you. All right. Off of YouTube. Let's see. In 19, is that 87? I got a bike I wanted for Christmas, only for it to snow and ice for the next few days, so I couldn't take it for a ride. It totally stinks. Where were you living? Was that in Lubbock or something? Or I don't remember. I was in Lubbock in 87. I don't remember that being a cold year. That would stink, though. That you finally get the one thing you wanted, and all of a sudden now you can't use it. You can't go out there. I was talking about this with some friends today that it's going to be 78 degrees on Christmas Day. I remember far more days growing up in West Texas that it was really nice and beautiful on Christmas Day than I do cold or snow or anything else. I don't remember hardly any, and I'm talking growing up until the time I was like, let's just say 15, 12, 15, white Christmases. Now, there were years that snowed around that and after. It seemed like it was more January than anything else. All right, so in Abilene, yeah. Wow, you got snow and ice in Abilene in 87? Golly. I think I'd remember that. I mean, I think I would remember that. I'm a shorter cook Thursday. Yes, you are. The menu item for Christmas Day at our place. Again, beautiful. All we need is Snoopy showing up doing the menu for Thanksgiving. JC Double T. Hate allergies. My eyes have been looking like I stumbled out of Whiskey a Go-Go. They're on, what is it, Wilshire Boulevard? Is that Wilshire in Los Angeles? Not that I've ever been there. Rams helmet was a gray foam. Okay, we had the same helmet. I know the gray foam you're talking about. A few years later, 12 Cowboys jersey and helmet. Menu, tamales. We got tamales. Queso, got queso. Guac, etc. You're doing it right. So we did the the roll call, for my mom, my son, me, my wife, everybody. So what does everybody want? Everybody wanted different things, but nobody wanted anything like crazy. So our menu for Christmas Day is epic. All right. We'll start off with some sausage balls, as it should be. That'd be great. We do have tamales. The tamales will be, I don't know, from Christmas Eve night on to Christmas Day. We got tamales. Mom, what do you want? You can have anything you want for Christmas. Grilled cheese sandwiches and maybe some tomato soup. Bingo, knocking it out. Grilled cheese sandwiches. Hey, son, and this is my grown up adult son who we learned years ago in his formative ages. The man loves meatloaf. Does he get meatloaf for Christmas? Damn right he does. Meatloaf, grilled cheese sandwiches, soup, sausage balls, tamales, and maybe some sort of Mexican food casserole. But if it doesn't come to pass, that's fine. We got plenty of other things. You can't beat that right there. And I would submit to you that Christmas Day should be about foods that people love in your family, and whatever they love, fix it and make it for them and do it, the easiest way possible so you can spend more time having fun. Dogs. Dogs are upset, barking about stuff. Don't care. Kelly, that's on YouTube, by the way. Ryan Hines, Raiderland free. Share this. If you really want to give me a Christmas gift, by the way, anybody who's watching tonight, anybody who's enjoyed what we do in the past or going forward, or new people, everything else, if you really want to give me a Christmas present, share this on all your social media feeds, invite people in, like what we do, go to our website, theraiderland.com, link to that and have some fun. That is one, the coolest thing you can do. The next coolest thing you could do, go to our advertisers, our sponsors, people like Gators Bayou, Ultra Exteriors, United Supermarkets, Market Street, Hat Creek Interiors. You know who our sponsors are. Go on their social media feeds, Twitter and Facebook, and tell them thank you for supporting what they do in Raiderland. Oh, now I know why they're going crazy. The short order cook has showed up. Yeah, we hired a short order cook for the weekend. Kelly, hey, hold on. I got to go. I always remember as a 6-year-old in 86, you're a young kid, getting a slot car track, hours of watching those cars going in circles. All right, so I'm significantly older than you are. In the 70s, those things were even cooler. They really were. And absolutely from about 75 to 80, 82, at least every other year, and maybe every year, we're getting new slot car tracks. Me and my brother racing those things. My uncle would jump in and just, as the adult, and he would sit there like a kid in the 70s while we were doing this stuff. The coolest ones I ever got on the slot cars were the ones that could change lanes. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about with electric slot cars, yeah, there was a slot in the track. It's got an electric deal. Got a little handheld deal. It looks like a water pistol gun, and that's how you control the throttle. It'd move and go. But they came up with these things in the late 70s, early 80s, where these cars you could move back and forth across the track. Jeez, I was AJ freaking Foyt. So cool. And we would put those slot car tracks, and then we'd have those orange plastic Hot Wheel tracks, and we'd build tracks around the tracks. And it would just take up space, and it was beautiful. Wonderful. Jan, Christmas, pretty chill. Will be pretty. Cold, wet, bad weather will wait until baseball starts or junior high track season. Find out when the first junior high track meet is in your area in West Texas. That's when it'll get ugly. And you know it's true. All right, you guys jump in on the United Supermarket chat line. Your favorite sports related Christmas memories, games, toys, experiences, games you watched on TV. What do you remember? What is it about sports and Christmas that intersect? You can talk about the greatest sports toys growing up. And what's on your Christmas Eve menu, Christmas Day menu? What are you guys making? What do you have? What do you have to have? I'm all about, like I said, making it fun, making it different, everything else. I hate turkey. I don't care if I ever had another turkey again. If that's what you're into, great. You can go out for dinner. You can stay in. You can make homemade pizzas. Make it cool. Make it fun. All right. Robert, I remember the fog bowl that was cool. Trying to figure out where the ball carrier was. 1987 or eight. You talking Eagles? Eagles Bears? Was that Eagles Bears? Can't remember which one that was. If you're talking about NFL, and I think Robert's talking about a game, that I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track on that one. Around 87 or 88. I want to say 88. I think it was after I was well out of high school. Jan, I'm having meatloaf Christmas Eve, then meatloaf sandwich Christmas dinner. Favorite meatloaf is sweet sour meatloaf. Rock on, and if you want to send the recipe our way, that's cool. The best meatloaf I've ever made was smoked meatloaf on a smoker a few years ago, and I screwed it up, and it was still incredible. Let's see, JC Double T talking about menu chocolate bourbon pecan pie. You don't even have to have the pie. You can just have the bourbon. She needs help unloading the groceries. I don't know how to help you. You know, I don't know what we can do about that. Short order cooks, hard to find. And then today out of the NFL, and really it was yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs announced that Patrick Mahomes has killed Arrowhead Stadium off, and they're moving away from KC Mo to KS. They've got like $2 billion getting kicked in by the state to move across state lines. I don't know if they're going to have riverboat gambling there in the stadium or whatever, but another, as Andrew Brandt would say, beautiful move by Clark Hunt and the Hunt family, being billionaires, $26 billion worth, and they will socialize the cost of the stadium and they will privatize the profits. Unbelievable. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes killed off the stadium. If you didn't have Patrick Mahomes and the success of the Chiefs over the last decade, there's no way that the state of Kansas is going to come in and say, all right, we'll take it away from Missouri. We'll do that. But with the success and everything and civic pride, and we got to do this, and they're going to build whatever they're going to build. I've seen renderings, and it looks like a hideously ugly stadium. Another, bad roof stadium that looks like everything else. I mean, is Arrowhead just this absolute great cathedral of football? No, not necessarily. But at least it's outdoors. At least it looked like something. And if the renderings are right, and I'm sure they are, Kansas City will build a stadium that looks like Minnesota, that looks like, well, you get the idea. SoFi, they all look alike. Las Vegas, everything looks alike. Nothing looks interesting or cool anymore. Texas Stadium looked cool. All right? It looked cool. It looked different. The Los Angeles Coliseum looked cool. You look around, it's a mile high. Hell, even Invesco now, not Invesco, but whatever the new name is on the new Mile High. Hell, at least that one looks cool. Everything looks the same now. It sucks. It's stupid. All right, you got a couple of more minutes. This is last chance to visit. Really, my last chance for a voice for a couple of days. Your favorite sports related Christmas memories growing up, from games, toys, you name it. Games you watch, sporting events, you tell me. What do you got? What's on your Christmas menu? Will be standard, will be different. Eh, Super toe. How many people on right now before we get out of here? And I would count this. I would count this in say 77, 78, right through there. If you got one of the early video games, Atari, and you had Pong, P-O-N-G, Pong, table tennis. You had the little dial, you move the dial, and move the deal up and down, and this one went up and down, and the little thing went boom. I can't make the noise. What was the noise? And it would make that noise. Dong, 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 dong. I think Pong was the original sports game we ever had. And we played it on a black and white TV in the late 70s at my grandparents' house. And this wasn't just a black and white TV. It was one of those on the old, you got to be at least my age. You got to be at least 50 to understand this. And it was one of those TVs that was on one of those roller stands. It had wheels on the bottom, and it was stand like a. I can't explain to you if you don't know what it is. It was this big stand. You could move the thing around, and it had rolling wheels on it, not like a fixed deal. And we hooked that thing up, dial it into the back where you put the UHF and VHF antenna on, put the clips in, dial it in, and boom, there it is. There's Pong. I think we had Pong and maybe Tank Commander on that first. I guess it was an Atari. That was an Atari. And the first video games we ever played. That was in the back bedroom at my grandparents' house on a black and white TV. And we thought it was incredible. Yeah, it was great. My gosh, Pong was awesome. If you missed out on Pong, I don't know what to tell you. The Atari generation, I understand I was a part of it, but that Pong, that first stuff was so cool. You got like 3 minutes to get in. Your favorite sports memories growing up related to Christmas, Christmas Day games, Christmas games around that, anything else that is on your mind. JCWT, yes, Pong, the dials, paneling on the console. Yeah, it's cool. I wish I could make that noise. I can't make the noise that the cursor or whatever we would call it today made as that thing went back and forth. And it never occurred to us that it was weird that we were playing on a black and white TV that was on a roller stand in the back part of my grandparents' house. It was just awesome. By the way, not a sports related game, but at about 1977 or 78, the coolest game you could get was this electronic game called Simon. And it had these colors. It had like red, green, blue, and I don't know, whatever. And it would light up, and then you had to mimic what it did. All right. If you had Simon about that time, you were doing good. Electronic Battleship, another one that was off the charts cool about the same time in the mid late 70s. We had regular Battleship, but then you had electronic Battleship. You'd hit the button, you'd hear the submarine fire. And it'd make noise, or you'd hear miss. All right, D4 firing solution, fire. Hit. Electronic Battleship, great. Early mid 70s, before you had like Coleco and a little handheld football or anything else, they had what was called Monday Night Football. And it was an electric football game, not on the magnetic field vibrating, but it was an actual electronic deal. And you had little records that you would put in. Easiest way I can describe it, like little bitty CDs that you would put into the deal. And I put in my offensive play, and my buddy put in the defensive play, and you hit play, and it would tell you what the outcome was of the play with, I don't think it was it wasn't Al Michaels, maybe Frank Gifford or Keith Jackson doing this odd play-by-play. 1st and 10, screen pass, right, 5 yards. And it would light up on the field, and this field, little stadium, and it was electronic Monday Night Football. This had to be 74, 75, right in through there. One of the most rudimentary, crudest forms of electronic sports games, and it was glorious. I didn't get one initially. My friend down the street, his older brother got one, and we would just beg him to let us go upstairs to his room and play on that thing. Oh man, it was so good. You can probably find it now on the internet. Everything's on the internet. Last chance, get in, comments. Yes, I had the Atari game. Good to know. Kelly, must-haves on the menu are green bean casserole, pink stuff, and deviled eggs. No on the deviled eggs. My son, my wife, they can have those. I hate deviled eggs. The only eggs I like are fried hard or a little bit runny on hash browns or Mexican food, breakfast casseroles. The pink stuff, we all know what you're talking about. We all eat a little bit of it just to say no, thank you. Then we go there. Green bean casserole, got to have the little bit of what is it? The potato crisp, onions. Yeah, little onions you get in the can. You know what I'm talking about. You put that on top. All right, we're out of here. We're gonna have fun. Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas, JC Double T, to everybody else. We're gonna rest. We're gonna enjoy the family. We're gonna be back with you on Friday with a live show. We'll have columns on Christmas Eve, and we'll have some stuff for you on Christmas Day. Everything else, hey, make sure this is why you guys follow us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, and for sure on the Facebook page, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. We'll be very active there. We'll still be with you. We want to hear from you. We want everybody, if you're traveling tonight, if you're traveling tomorrow, please, for God's sake, be safe. If you get tired, pull over. It ain't worth it. Don't push it. And certainly, if you get on the whiskey, get off the wheel. Off the wheel. If you get on that eggnog, man, oh man, Uber and everything else, please take advantage of it. You know, just take advantage of it. Merry Christmas. Lay off the heater. Yeah. If I'm going to sound like this, I need to at least start smoking or something. All right. Hey, and one more time, the coolest thing you can do if you've got little kids, all right, pro tip, old dad, NORAD Santa Tracker. NORAD Santa Tracker. If you've got little kids and you've never done this, you got to do it. It is so cool. You will fall in love with it yourself. You will be watching it. But yeah, if you're looking for something really cool on Christmas Eve, it actually starts, I think, later tonight because it goes around the globe because, you know, Santa goes around the globe. NORAD Santa Tracker. Don't get much better. All right, you guys rock. Do me a favor. Thank our sponsors, Getters Bayou, Ultra Exteriors, United Supermarkets, and Hat Creek Interiors. Go to their Facebook pages. Tell them thanks. Share what we do on social media. Twitter. Follow us on all of our platforms. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. And, of course, at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter. Going to put this on the website here in just a second at theraiderland.com. Merry Christmas Eve. We'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are the best.